Welcome to the Reinvent Yourself Masterclass. I'm your instructor, Katrina Lee. Today we're talking about designing the vision of your reinvention. This step matters because once you decide to leave an old version of yourself behind, the next thing you need is direction. Without it, reinvention becomes confusing, exhausting, and easy to abandon, even when you want change. So today, I want to do 3 things. First, I'm going to explain what designing your vision actually means and why this is not about manifesting, fantasizing, or creating a perfect vision of yourself. Second, I'll show you why having a clear vision is essential for reinvention and how it keeps you from drifting back into old patterns. And third, I'll walk you through how to intentionally design the woman you're becoming so your reinvention has clarity, direction, and something to move toward. Designing your vision is not about daydreaming. It's not about aesthetics, and it's not about creating an unrealistic version of yourself. Designing the vision means clearly defining the woman you are intentionally becoming, and it gives your reinvention a direction. By doing this, vision becomes your reference point, your anchor when things feel uncomfortable, and your reminder of why you started in the first place. Without a vision, you're only guessing. With a vision, you're building on purpose. This isn't about having every detail figured out. It's about knowing who you're becoming so your choices have somewhere to point. A reason reinvention fails isn't because of effort, it's because of direction. Many women decide they want change. They let go of what no longer fits. They imagine a better life, but they never define it clearly. So instead of moving forward with intention, they try a little bit of everything. They second guess themselves. They bounce between ideas and fall back into old patterns. Not because they want to, but because nothing is pulling them forward onto the right path. That's why having a vision changes everything. When you know who you're becoming, your decisions become easier. Your boundaries are easier to honor. Standards feel purposeful, and your reinvention finally makes sense. And it's all because you have a clear vision of what you want, where you're heading, and the outcome. If this is resonating with you, I want you to join the Reinvention newsletter where I give you deeper insight on how to design the vision and what I did on my end on creating myself from going from this person to this person. If you want more insider tips, strategies, and support on your journey, I invite you to join the newsletter. The link is in the description box above or in the comment box below. Today's work is about designing the woman you are intentionally becoming. Not who you think you should be, not who other people expect you to be, but the version of you that feels aligned, grounded, and like home. You don't need all the answers to do this, and you don't need to have your life together. You need 2 things: a willingness to want more for yourself and the courage to imagine a life that actually fits you. I want you to dream really big when we are moving into the training part of this video where you're going to design your person. Don't hold yourself back and make sure that you pick and choose pieces of you that actually fits who you want to transform into. I want to remind you, this vision is not permanent and is not meant to be perfect. It will evolve as you grow, and that's a good thing. Also, once you design your vision, it becomes a filter for everything. How you spend your time, what you tolerate, what you say yes to, and what you walk away from without explanation. This is how your reinvention stops feeling so random and starts feeling intentional with direction. When things get uncomfortable, your vision reminds you why you're here. With that said, let's get started. Welcome to the training portion of this video where I'm going to show you how to design the vision of your reinvention. Before we start, the first thing you need to do is download the worksheet in the pinned comment box below. Click that link, enter your email address, and then download that link that will be sent to your inbox. When you open the worksheet, make sure you create a copy to your Google Drive before working on it. So I have the worksheet pulled up right here. And on the left side, you're going to see different tabs for each section that we're going to complete. The first section is values, and then we have physical brand, and then we have lifestyle brand. You'll notice that I gave you an example for the physical brand and the lifestyle brand because I wanted you to see how detailed you need to be with these two sections. Now let me walk you through this so you can do it properly. So for the first section, values, these are the values that is going to help you with your reinvention. It is the foundation. If you skip this part or you rush everything on this journey, it's going to be a performance because you'll be building an identity that only looks good on paper but doesn't actually feel right for you. So you want to make sure that you choose values that reflect who you are becoming. I love values because they are your personal rules. They are your North Star. What you return to when you get lost, when you feel unsure, or you don't know what to do next on this journey. Your values will guide you back home and to who you are becoming. That's why values are so important, because if you do get lost and you doubt yourself, which you will, you go back to your values to guide you and to remind you who you are supposed to be, who you want to be. So when you're doing this section, I only want you to choose 5. No more, no less. Because 5 is a good number. It's easy to handle, but big enough to make changes in your life. So here are the questions I want you to answer as you're thinking about your values. The questions I have for you are, what do I want to be known for in the next chapter? What do I refuse to compromise on anymore? What values do I want to guide my decisions even when I'm emotional, tired, or uncertain? And then what values does my current life not reflect right now that it should? And use those questions to guide you, to help you pick your 5 core values. I gave you some examples of core values, but if you don't like those or you have your own, you can also Google core values, and there are a bunch of websites that will give you lists. You can use that. But you want to choose your 5 and then you want to write them down here because those values are going to help you design your physical brand and your lifestyle brand. But not only that, they're going to help you in the next few videos that we will cover in this masterclass. Once you have your 5 values, you move on to the physical brand section. And I want you to go in that order. Go to values, physical brand, and finish off with lifestyle brand. So for the physical brand, this is your self-concept, which is your identity, your appearance, how you show up, the energy you bring into your room, how you carry yourself, and how you move throughout the world. This section is not about pretending or trying to become someone else. It's about making sure that the outside of you reflects who you want to be, the woman you're stepping into. So as you fill this out, don't be generic and say things like, I want to look better. Be really specific and detailed. I want to wear red lipstick. I want to have such and such. I am going to look X, Y, and Z. I'm going to present myself ABC. All those things need to be really specific, really detailed, down to how your body looks, your grooming, your posture, your presence, etc. You want to be really specific because this is what you're going to turn to when you start reinventing yourself. So I have boxes within this section, and the 5 boxes, which you'll see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, focuses 5 things for your new physical brand. So you're going to, in each box, find one word that describes the new you. That's the first box. The second box is going to be find one word that describes how you carry yourself, which is your vibe. This is about your internal state, how you move through the world. Are you moving through the world confident? Are you moving through the world fun and excited? Are you moving through the world elegant and grounded? Pick one word that represents who that is. And then for the third box, you're going to choose one word that describes your style and your physical appearance. For the fourth box, you're going to use one word to describe your signature trait. How are you known with this trait? How do you want to be known? What is that one quality that defines you? Choose that one word. And then number 5, one word that describes the energy you want people to feel when you walk into your room. Do you want to be warm? Do you want to be inspiring? Do you want to be nurturing? Do you want to be magnetic? Pick one word that describes that new you that you're becoming. And so that's how you will fill out these first 5 boxes. And each box references the number above. So box 1 is number 1, box 2 is number 2, box 3 is number 3, etc. You're going to put your key word, that one word that describes you, underneath here, where it says text here. And then underneath, you're going to insert a picture that reflects that one keyword. And I'll show you in the example right here. I'll give you a preview, but that's how it's going to look like. But you're going to insert an image underneath. And then after you have your keyword, you have your image for the 5 boxes above, you go down below to the second row. And then underneath the second row, there are 5 boxes. You're going to write a statement that describes each box. And then underneath, you're going to see a third row. And then the third row is you're going to list 3 ways you can show up as that version or what you listed above. It'll make more sense when I show you the example. So let's move on to the example. So here's the example I created for you guys. Boom, 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 boom. You have each box with the key elements I mentioned prior. And then you see that I have a keyword for each box. In addition, I have an image for each keyword per that box. So we'll just do one box. So the new you, the word I chose for this was powerful, which is my keyword. And then underneath my keyword, I chose an image to reflect that keyword, an image that reflects who I want to be. I just found these images on Pinterest. Go use Pinterest, use Instagram, use Google, stock images. You go for it, whatever works for you. But choose an image that reflects who you want to become. So let me show you how to insert an image when you're doing this part. You want to go to Insert, you want to go Image, and you have a few options. You can upload from your computer. So if you have something on Pinterest or on Instagram or just on your desktop that you want to use, you can use the upload from your computer. You can also search the web. You can also pull from your Google Drive, your photos, camera, etc. For the sake of this portion of the training, I'm going to just search on the web, and I already had this pre-typed. So boss outfits women. Let's just do that. And I'm going to insert that. And there you go. See how easy that was? So let's just do that again for you. Let's do it one more time. So after you pick your keyword, you can insert your image that reflects that keyword, and we'll just use the website again. I'm going to click that one, and I'm going to insert that. When you have your image, click on it, and then you want to choose the 5th option, which is in front of the text. And you can resize it however you want, and you should be able to move things around without it reformatting everything else. So there you go. That's how you insert an image after you choose your keyword. So after you choose your keyword and you choose your image, you're going to write a statement that includes a few sentences about that new you. Having a statement to back up your image and your keyword is very powerful. It really brings everything together. And it's a great reminder when you're going through this and you're reading what you wrote to yourself about why you're doing this. It adds a lot more emphasis and a lot more meaning versus just having an image by itself. And so this is why it's important to have a statement as well. So you're going to write a statement, a few sentences describing the new you using your keyword. And then after that, you're going to list 3 ways you can show up as this version of you. Just 3. And then after you're done with that, you move on to the next section, box 2, and then box 3, and then box 4, and box 5. So that's how you do the physical brand section of this worksheet. Now we're going to move down to lifestyle brand. And your lifestyle brand is your day-to-day. It includes your daily rhythm, your habits, your environment, your priorities, and your hobbies and interests. This is where we integrate your reinvention into your reality, because you can't say you're becoming a new woman while living the exact same lifestyle that created the version you're to leave behind. So to reinvent yourself, you're going to have to start changing how your days are structured and create a new normal that actually matches the woman you're becoming. That's why this section is important. So to fill each section, I want you to think about who you want to be in this stage of your life and how she operates every single day. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to choose a keyword for each box, and then you're going to choose an image for that keyword, and then you're going to write a statement. And then you're going to write 3 things that you can do to start embodying that new version. So here's another example for daily rhythm, which is like your day-to-day. I chose the word flexible. And then underneath flexible, I chose an image that represented that. And then after that image, I wrote a statement. I wrote a few sentences about what flexible means to me, how that looks like. And then I wrote down 3 things that I can start doing to become more flexible in life. So that's how this section works. And then after you're done, you just go on to box 2, 3, 4, and 5. And each box, again, correlates to the numbers. So number 1 is box 1. Number 2 is box 2. Number 3 is box 3, so on and so forth. So that is how you complete this worksheet. I want you to be really diligent and detailed with this. I want you to take your time, make it fun, and I want you to dream really big. It is so important that you don't keep yourself small and you don't think small. Think big, imagine more for yourself, and challenge yourself to expand your mind and to expand your perspective and to expand what is possible for you. After you're done with this worksheet, keep it on hand because we will use this worksheet for all the other videos that are to come. And so take your time with this, have fun with it, and let your feelings guide you. You should feel happy with this. You should feel excited. You should feel like these things are possible for you. If it doesn't feel right, if it feels like off or icky, it's probably not the right thing for you and probably not the right things to use, the right images, the right words. So let your feelings guide you. And if you feel excited and if you feel happy, then you're on the right track. There you go. That's how you complete this worksheet. Make sure to take your time with this and give yourself a good week with this. Make sure that you take time to fully absorb what you're doing. And then after you're done, I will see you in that next video. But before I let you go, make sure if you haven't already to sign up for my newsletter. My newsletter provides a lot more information about things like this, about creating your vision board, designing your reinvention, and a lot more tools and resources on top of worksheets that I provide only through the newsletter.